I'm not sure, but it seems like insanity on steroids. We must not allow these attempts to create the confusion.
She demanded more COVID lockdowns. She wanted schools and businesses closed, like in California. Abrams wanted to eliminate cash bail, pushing the same scheme that's fueling crime in New York. And Abrams wanted job-killing higher taxes over and over and over again. Georgia's doing better because we didn't do any of the things Stacey Abrams wanted.
Hi, I'm Taylor. Are particularly egregious in commercial trucking. Traps have also had a large impact on nurses. National Nurses United found that 34% of the nurses they surveyed were required to complete training programs. Almost 20% were required to pay employers for the cost of the training, as if they left their jobs before a certain time. Many nurses said they were not told about the training repayment requirement before beginning work. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has begun reviewing the practice.
Is said to have seized $85 million from 700 safety deposit boxes. The FBI is defending itself, saying it obtained the search warrant to seize the boxes inside because it believes that the facility was being used as a hiding place for criminals.
I'm certainly not a criminal, but yeah, this whole thing has been really intimidating.
What happened at U.S. private vaults was the largest armed robbery in United States history.
Customers who came forward got most of their valuables back. Meantime, a judge ruled the FBI did not violate any of the customers' rights. Some predict an appeal is likely. Fox 5 News at 10 continues after this. On Ivy Road, a 27-year-old Jake Stephen Shell is now charged with concealing the death of another, tampering with evidence, 4 counts of financial transaction card theft, and multiple drug charges. Sharp's cause of death has not yet been determined. Coming up, Landry will be brought back to Fulton County to face the charges. According to investigators earlier in the day, Landry led police on a chase. Authorities found his car crashed and abandoned a short time later. Police say Landry was desperate when he decided to shoot and kill 57-year-old Christopher Eberhard and steal his pickup truck. Police also charged Landry's alleged accomplice, Braylon Esprit. APD says Esprit was in the hospital at the time of the deadly carjacking, following that initial police pursuit and crash earlier in the day.
Atlanta City Council members have not yet made
for a young couple who decided the last minute to keep their baby. Planned Parenthood is using your tax dollars to bring abortion services to you by deploying a fleet of RVs. Antifa is supporting so-called churches that host drag queen events for kids. A New York judge gives a green light to polygamy in a recent ruling, and Disney cancels the release of a new FX show about a woman impregnated by Satan and her Antichrist daughter. I'm not making this up. I'm David Fiorazzo, and this is Christ and Culture.
I believe I've got an owl in that tree right there. As I know a hawk wouldn't be flying this time of night. Or is it a hawk? No, it's a hawk. No, that's an owl. That is an owl right there. You see? Looking dead at me. That is an owl. Yep, I see you up there.
Land at the Mexico-U.S. border would be rejected. But that hasn't deterred many from hoping to reach U.S. soil. Today, about 80% of the traveling migrants were Venezuelan, another 20% were from Ecuador, and the remaining from other countries. More than 7.1 million Venezuelans have left their country due to social and economic crisis. and break.
Sounding the alarm, asking for volunteers from every U.S. government agency to deploy to the southern border to provide support services to migrants crossing into the U.S. legally and illegally. An internal Pentagon memo obtained exclusively by Fox News reveals the Defense Department is complying with the request, already recruiting from the military. No experience is required, just a willingness to serve, according to the documents. DHS will cover costs for federal government employees to leave their jobs to travel to the border for 60 days at a time. A DHS memo explains this activity will help ensure the individuals arriving to our borders receive compassionate and timely care, while alleviating the strain on CBP law enforcement officers who continue to perform their frontline duties. A DHS recruitment document provides a detailed look at what the volunteers will be asked to do in support of migrants, including basic housekeeping, picking up trash, sweeping, cleaning refrigerators, and shredding paper, prescription medicine runs, picking up medical prescriptions from local pharmacies, migrant personal property management, tagging, bagging, sealing, storing, and retrieval of personal effects. DHS will cover the costs of transportation, lodging, and daily expenses the volunteers rack up while on assignment. Critics say it's time the Biden administration faces reality.
If there wasn't a crisis, why would they be advertising for services like this? This administration refuses to divine the problem. That's where this administration is just falling asleep. They have no plan in place to actually mitigate this, to actually try to reduce the numbers, to draw this crisis to a close.
An internal memo sent to the Defense Department staff instructs them to disseminate widely and encourage this opportunity. So far, a Pentagon spokesperson has referred us to DHS for comment on these documents, and DHS has not responded to our request. In Washington, Jillian Turner, Fox News.